What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Hump Day. And when it's Hump Day, it's the Sports Lounge Media. Welcome to the lounge, y'all. I'm super excited to get with you guys today because we're gonna go to recap week number 4. There is some stuff going on in week 4, man. We got to talk about tonight. We're gonna get right to it. But as you can see, we're missing an individual tonight. But we're not in what we're not missing is him talking about the Tennessee Volunteers. And I just mentioned it. So we still talked about the Tennessee Volunteers. But anyway, what we're going to talk about tonight is, again, week 4. We are missing our CEO, Mr. Mark Crandall. He'll be back in the house, I believe, next week. And then, we'll be rocking and rolling and giving you guys some good content. The crew is meeting up in the city, and we're doing some amazing things to bring you guys more content, more great things. We have a commercial, billboards, things going up, man. It's super exciting. Blessed, lucky, and fortunate to lock arms to each individual that is going to be here and not going to be here, but still repping Sports Lounge Media at the highest level. But let's get to our sponsors real quick. I'll just name our sponsors. Proud sponsors. Super excited to have number one sports fan alongside us. You can visit them in Tulare, Visalia, Hanford, and in LA. Go get your memorabilia today and tell them that the Sports Lounge Media sent you. When it comes to these hats, these graphics, things like that, you want to wrap your card, things like that, you want to visit Kelly Bell Graphics in Tulare as well. And mention that the Sports Lounge sent you to get a percentage off there. We have Brian Martino Construction. I know those renovations are coming. I know you guys are doing some things for the holidays. Is coming up. I don't know how, but I think it was like last week or the week before. It was 100 days till Christmas. Can you believe that the year is almost over? So I know you guys want to do some renovations, some things to your house. Got the family members over. Go visit www.brianmartino Construction. Mention that the Sports Lounge sent you to get $1,000 off anything that is $10,000 or more. And yes, we are powered by the Mogul Brand and the Diamond Collection. You can visit them at www.poweredbytmb.com to get 20% off your purchase by tapping in Sports Lounge Media for them. Excited about that?
Easy.
Yeah. So we're gonna get right to it. Let's get it. We're gonna go down to the week 4. If you were in the chat, go in the chat. Let's talk a little bit. We're gonna talk to each and every one of you guys. I'm pumped for today. We're gonna run it down. Thursday night, we had the Seahawks beating the Cardinals 23-20. And then we had on Sunday, we had in Dublin a game in Dublin overseas. We had the Vikings and the Steelers. Steelers won that game 24-21. There was a shocker. The Giants and Jackson Dart won.
First start.
His first start. It was only in the history of the Giants, it's only been him and Daniel Jones that have won one career, their first career start as a rookie or so let's move on. 21-18, they beat the Chargers. And then we had the Texans blowing out and stunning the Titans 26-0. We had the Commanders, guys. A lot of people are high on the Commanders, but they got beat by the Falcons 34-27. We also had the Bills winning against the Saints 31-19. Obviously, we ended the narrative with the Philadelphia Eagles being owned by the we're no longer owned by the Bucks anymore. We won 31-25.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people say. I don't say it, but they say it, and we just ended that. They won 31-25. We're going on to the Lions. Looked like the Lions struggled a little bit, but the Lions were 34. They won 34-10 against the Browns. And we walk into the Patriots as they should, 42-13. Really don't know what's going on with the Panthers. I was high on the Panthers, but the Patriots did win that game 42-13. Going on to the Jaguars stunning the 49ers. That was huge, 26-21. Um, the Colts dropped the ball with the Rams. The Rams won 27-20. Bears beat the Raiders 25-24. I think that was off of a missed field goal by the Raiders. There was a tie on Sunday Night Football, Packers and Cowboys 40-40. And then we on Monday night
Mhm.
we did see Tyreek Hill um, dislocate his knee, tore some ligaments, things like that. It's not the type that could potentially end his career, even though they're saying that it's the same injury that Nick Chubb had. Definitely going to need multiple surgeries and going to have at least a year to two off. Ending his career is
Mhm.
still up in the air.
A
Yeah,
long
still
recovery.
what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Uh, but anyways,
Mhm.
guys, carrying on. What game stuck out to you, Sarai?
I think the biggest game that I was kind of watching and was nail biting, I think, was the Packers and the Cowboys. Micah returns to Dallas, and a lot of the fans were saying that Micah was going to have multiple sacks and he was just going to really demolish the team. And it looks like Micah may have gotten one sack, according to Dax Prescott. Dak Prescott's his conference when he was having with the news media said he didn't know if it was a sack. But yeah, so Micah came out, showed up, and really, I would say it was kind of a nail biter game there towards the end because it was a lot of back and forth with both teams. And then from there, basically what happened was we went into overtime. We got it down to the last few seconds, and we just couldn't get it into the red zone and ended up kicking the field goal for a tie, which a lot of people are really, kind of upset. Like, why does the NFL have this tie thing still going on? We don't like it. So, yeah, it's been a big controversy that's been going around all social media platforms. But, yeah, that was the biggest game that stood out to me. I think Dak did a really great job in that game, really making sure that his passes were complete and everything like that. They didn't have CD Lamb in there, so that was a big thing as well for the Cowboys offense as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about my game. I'm gonna go with the two games. There's first game, the Chargers against the Giants. Man, the Chargers should have dominated the Giants, but the Giants defense is exactly what we thought it was going to be. Kept them into games, and you just needed a quarterback that can score the football in tight games. Jackson Dart was able to do that. Him and Scatabo definitely teamed up on that win. And now you're seeing all the trolling from Jackson Dart all over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He's trolling everybody's wives. There's uh, nobody is safe when it comes to Jackson Dart. So if you're going up against him, your wife is in jeopardy. That's one thing you could count on. I believe it's a thing that they do in college football. And they brought it to he
Mm-hmm.
brought it back. He brought it into the NFL. So nobody is safe. But he got his first win, 21-18, and the defense is exactly what it is. That's question marks for the Chargers. When you go up against a strong competitive team, I don't know if they overlooked the Giants because the Giants were doing very well. I
Right.
don't know what the circumstances is, but they need to get that under control because they're going to go up against some strong defenses when it hits playoff time. Let's see what they do with their adjustments and this next part into the season as we start this is the
Right.
first week that we go into bye weeks, and we'll talk a little bit about that this going into week 5. The second game was the Saints and the Bills. It was a shocker to me. Reason why it was a shocker to me is because the Saints had the ability to actually win that game. They actually had the ability to win that
Good.
game. They just lost it. I think that they just couldn't compete enough with that team. They did score 19
Mhm.
points on the Bills. Why is that troublesome? Because the Bills defense is what is the question mark that everybody is asking about. Not their offense. They can score points. They can score a
Right.
lot. They can
Josh
score in
Allen is
bunches. That's not the question mark. The question mark is their defense able to sustain drives
fine.
to be able to stop the team from scoring and also put up points. Um, and in that game, 19 the Saints still put up 19. They shouldn't have put a single point on that board, right?
Right.
You had the Texans beating the Titans 26-0. Yeah, we're talking about the Texans. If they had a shutout, why in the heck does the Saints have 19 points? And so
Right.
Bills is very sus when it comes to their defense. They only have one phase of football, and that is worrisome when it gets in. I got one more game for you though. I want to talk about
Okay.
the Colts and the Rams. The Colts, one of their
Mhm.
players, I believe his last name is Mitchell or something like that, walks into the end zone, lets the ball loose, gets a touchback. That game was 27-20. Now, if he scored, I know there's if and with all this different stuff. He scores that touchdown. Now it's a different ball
Right.
game. So the question marks that we had last week when we were talking about is the Colts for real? They competed against the Rams, and the Rams is
And the Rams haven't been the
yeah,
top
and the
5.
Rams have
Hmm.
considered to be one of the top guys. So it's interesting enough to say the Colts can potentially be a factor in the AFC, which is weird for that to come out of mouth. And I agree. Let's go through some of the chats here as we go. Um, it said NFT says let's talk. NFT says chosen to go. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that. Go Birds! Yeah, when that Tyreek happened, injury happened, that was definitely gross. Don't like to see that more and more
Oh,
over and
yeah.
over again. I
That
seen it
twisted
one
me.
time and that was enough for me. Um, he said for real. Sports Lounge Media, which would be our CEO, is on. He says Bills need to improve their defense. They are struggling 100%. I agree with that.
I feel like they definitely have a couple of holes in their
Yeah,
defense for
agreed.
sure.
The Saints have no offense, so the answer is no. Absolutely. We'll talk about this too a little bit. Steelers are leading the North. That was my dark horse. If anybody remembers when we're talking about the dark horse, I talked about how Ben Roethlisberger was the last kind of type of quarterback that the Steelers have had since Tomlin's been the head coach, and they got an Aaron Rodgers now, who is not Ben Roethlisberger, but it's somebody close to
Right.
what he's used to, a pocket passer, should I say? So
Mhm.
I'm not shocked that the Steelers can potentially win that division. We also have Sports Lounge Media say the Titans struggle on offense with Cam Ward. They've been struggling. Also, DP talks about Colts should be undefeated. Absolutely 100%. I was going to get to that, and I'll get to the rest of these in the chat. With the Colts game, though, the Colts lost that game. The Rams didn't win. Even though it shows on their record that they won that game, the Colts lost that game. That is that was yeah. Which is crazy. We'll get to the rest of them.
Well, 'cause I thought yeah, because I thought for sure the Colts, like, to me, it seemed like they were already, like, triggering on all cylinders, but then this last week, it did show a lot of, digression when it came to their
Yeah,
play, for sure.
100%, 100%. And then we'll get to this one. Let's see here. What's going on with the Eagles offense? What if the Eagles fire Carol Batula and get Mike McDaniel? Will that improve their offense? Absolutely. I think it would improve it 1,000.
Cousin loves that idea.
Yeah, I love that idea, but I think we'll stick it out with Kevin Patula. He says yes. NFT says yes. John Hamilton is on. Let's see here. John Hamilton says, if the Niners beat the Rams this Thursday, can we finally put the Niners in a respectable top 6 spot? Um,
I feel like the only reason why the Niners haven't had a top spot is because of the strength of
yeah,
their
I would say
schedule.
that I
That's
would say
really
that too, and respectfully, I would say they're top 10 for sure. Team in the NFL.
Mhm.
Top 6 is kind of a stretch for me, only because of the strength of schedule. Really haven't been battle tested yet. They will get battle tested on Thursday. If they beat the Rams, that is putting some respect on their name. I'll definitely come up on here, stand in the paint, and get some respect. Respect is due. Um, but for
and and I think
but
oh,
we
go ahead.
have Ricky Parcells that's going to be out, and also Jawan Jennings that is going to be out as well this week. So that's going to be a tough task. But if they do it without them, definitely some respect on their name. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I think too, I think one of the good or the best things about the Niners is they've really experienced a lot of injuries and they are still, getting these dubs in. So that is one thing that I do respect the Niners on is being able to have all those injuries and having players that they're able to plug in and still kind of go on with their play. So that's one thing about the Niners that I think they've done really well in.
100%, 100%. I agree. Exactly. The coach fumbled that away. They sure in the hell did. Let me see here. Are we going back and forth now? 49ers will be lucky if they make the top 10, even if they win division, considering the schedule is so horrible. Regular season, they can make the top 10. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. That's kind of like where we're at is what I'm saying is battle tested is that you play
Mhm.
against all these teams is to prepare you to win a Super Bowl. So if you're playing against a
Right.
lot of teams that really don't prepare you to go into battle in the playoffs, that doesn't help you. That only hurts you. You can ask the Lions. You can ask the NFC North. They all first round losses because their schedule was so easy. So I think that takes an effect on that. But as far as the regular season go, I would put them in the top 10 if they beat the Rams.
Yeah.
They got to beat the Rams though. He also says, sure, the Colts have the second easiest schedule, and the only reason they have been hyped is because they haven't been in the Niners have. They haven't been in the explain that one for me. I think we're so hyped because Jonathan Taylor actually has a quarterback.
Mhm.
Danny Dimes is throwing out of his mind. The defense has been stepping up, and they've been playing as a complete team. So I think that's why. But no love lost. Come on now. No love lost there. The 49ers have no Purdy, no Parcells, and no Jennings. That's correct. Purdy is out as well. So that's going to be interesting. But they have Mac 10. They got Mac 10 back there. We can't forget about Mac 10. Okay. What's going on with the Raiders? All those improvements on head coach OC. I wouldn't say OC now. I wouldn't say OC. We know Chip Kelly. We know Chip Kelly very, very well as an Eagle fan. We don't like Chip Kelly up over here.
La, la,
Yeah,
la, la, la.
Geno Smith, Ashton Genting, and etc. And they are still doing bad. What is the problem? The problem is they are just not clicking. It's a first year problem. When you go, anytime that you change the
Mhm.
scenery in your football squad, when it comes to a whole coach, you gut everything out and you bring people in. It's very tough to have a successful season. Although I say that, Geno Smith hasn't been playing well. I think that they need a legitimate quarterback. Maybe hear me out. You got Shadano, you got Sanders still out there. Sanders could go to three teams right now. He can go to Cincinnati. He can go. He
I
can go to the Raiders.
mean,
There's a lot of teams we can go to to fix that little problem that they got. But you've seen Ashton Genty actually start standing up in his regular stance, and he was successful at it. So hopefully Chip Kelly can shut the up and be able to let him just play ball. That would be nice. Uh,
that's one rookie I love, and I just wanted to see him explode, and I just haven't seen that explosiveness from Genty, and I think that's just
yeah.
one thing I think is
Taylor is a beast, absolutely, 100%. We're almost done with these guys. We'll keep going through the chat in a little bit, but Raiders are the CEO's dark horse for winning the division. The struggle has been Geno Smith and the helm. He looks uncomfortable. Chip Kelly needs to figure out how to utilize Genty and let him stand. Yeah, and CEO, you were actually kind of against a little bit of that, but yeah, you had him pick. Mark did have him picked. Winning division doesn't look that way now. I think the way that the division is now might be is the way it's going to pan out. Looking like the
Mhm.
Chiefs are getting pieces back. We'll see what the Chiefs look like with their pieces back. I still have the Chargers probably winning division now. I did have the Denver Broncos, but they're struggling. We have they're going to go up against a strong Philadelphia team that wins in all phases. We'll talk about that later. But we'll see with the Denver Broncos. If the Denver Broncos loses this next game, it's going to be very tough to fight back, considering the fact that they got to play within division and outside. And losing one of those games outside is not going to help them. I got two more for you guys.
Right.
The Colts haven't been relevant as of late in the 10 years. The 49ers have been extremely relevant in the last 10 years and handed through. Absolutely, 100%. But we're talking about this year, brother. Just this year only. Uh,
We got to focus
This
on
season.
this season. This
Not
season only.
this.
The past doesn't matter.
Because if
Start
I was a
over.
Cowboy fan, I would say I'm gonna win this year because I have 5 trophies that are rusted up.
I agree.
Five. People are pointing the fingers that they have not competitive team still, but they're finding ways to be 3-1 into the 5 week. I think we're putting us as a power ranking is a slap to us. Well, I mean, go beat the Rams. That's all I can.
And we did respect. I mean, you have been plugging in with all these injuries, so we definitely see
I
that.
think
I think
Wilson
really again, it's
is
just
Raiders
history.
best bet. Yeah. So and to add to that, last week, my top 5 was Eagles, Bills, Chargers, Bucks, Colts, and honorable mention was the 49ers, just for FYI. You can watch the replay as well. AFC West is going to be a 500 winner, looking like. But yeah, okay. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. To our last one, and then we move on to Week 5, guys. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks are looking like they're 2014 days again. Will they have a chance to win division? Absolutely, it's up in the air over there with the AFC West. So
The Seahawks have been showing up and showing out a
yeah.
little bit. So
We'll see how long that lasts, because when the lights get bright, the guy on the Lucky Charms box, he don't show up. Let's move on to Week 5, you guys. As you heard already, Mr. John Hamilton, that's in our chat right now, already said it. The 49ers are playing against the Rams. They are going to SoFi, so that does play a big role in that. I would like to see the 49ers put pressure on Sam to put pressure on Matthew Stafford and see what they can get out of it. It is a division game. I like division games on Thursdays. I like division games on Mondays, and I love division games on Sunday nights. So if we could get more of that NFL, yeah, we're gonna be good. But we got them. We also on Sunday we have the Vikings visiting the Browns. Interesting game there. That's an interesting game there. You got a hell of a defense, but that game is going to be played in London. That is a London game. That's a game that is 6:30 a.m. PST. Then you got the Texans visiting visiting the Ravens. What's going on? We don't know
with
what's
no
going on with
Lamar.
the Ravens. They got to figure that out. But they're going up against a Titans team that just got some momentum going. The Giants are going to go play the Saints. They got an opportunity to go 2-3 on the season. That's scary for the Commanders and the Cowboys. Again, I hope my prediction is right that the Giants just get second place and then the Commanders go last. But yeah, so we have that. So okay, we got that going on. We have Broncos coming to the link. That should be an interesting game. The Broncos are 2-2. They're 500 right now, and the Eagles are rolling 4-0. The one of the only 2 teams in the NFL that are 4-0. We'll see what happens with that game. That's an interesting game. Before the bye week, there's 2 interesting games for the Eagles. Which game are they going to lose, or are they going to lose at all? That's going to be interesting. The spread is 3.5 right now, and we'll see what it is later. Cowboys are going to New York to play the 0-4 Jets. Here is a chance for the Jets to actually win a game. If the Jets win this game now, boy, oh boy, Cowboys. You have to figure that out. But the Raiders got a tall task going into Indianapolis to play the Colts. That's going to be tough to do. The Colts are 3-1. The Raiders are 1-3. We got the Dolphins visiting the Panthers. We got 2 1-3 teams that both need a win. They both need it. Mike McDaniel needs it, and Bryce Young needs it as well for his young career, or it may be over. Now, here we go. We talked about the Seahawks a little bit just a while ago. If they're for real since 2014, here's an opportunity to do that, and you gotta beat the Bucks. Okay, you're in Seattle,
and they're hungry now.
They're hungry now since they lost. So, I believe Baker is questionable. Mike Evans is still out. So there is some factors going on there that can maybe help the Seahawks. But the Seahawks have to beat the Bucks. The Bucks is a playoff team, and when the lights get bright, let's see if the guy on the Lucky Charms box will show up. Then we got the Titans visiting the Cardinals. Cardinals should win that game easy. We got Commanders going into LA playing against the Chargers. Chargers, let's
Chargers.
go. This is a chance for you to bounce back. Again, now the Commanders are in trouble if they lose this game.
JD5 is back though this week, I believe, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Yeah, he's back, but that's not gonna. Anyway, let's move on. We got the Lions going into Cincinnati playing the Bengals, playing against the 2-2 Bengals. If Joe Burrow was in the game, this would be a hell of a game. It would be a hell of a shootout because, yeah, it just would be. It would be a shootout, a score fest, but it's not. Lions should win that game. We'll see what happens. It's not a prediction, but Bengals have issues on their side of the ball. Patriots play against the Bills. Interesting game here. They go into Buffalo. Patriots going to Buffalo. Here's an interesting fun fact. The fun fact is, for some odd reason, the Patriots always split with the Bills. Are they gonna lose on this one?
I feel like this is the first Bills loss. We are gonna steam ahead.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. The Patriots have been known to spoil the Buffalo Bills and split with them. So that's an interesting game. And Monday night is going to be an actually interesting game as well, because I didn't think it was going to be this interesting on Monday night, but it is. You got the Chiefs, who are now 500. They're going to get back Rashid Rice, right?
Week 6.
Week 6. Who are they getting back this week?
Worthy's
back. Yes, Worthy's back. So they got Xavier Worthy back, and they got another key piece. Even though Travis Kelce's standing out there like a statue still, but the Chiefs are playing against the Jaguars, and the Jaguars, let me tell you, are 3-1. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Okay.
And they're coming to Jacksonville. They're going to Jacksonville to play that game on a Monday night game. Interesting game, but let's dive a little bit into it. You guys can put it in the chat which game that I just mentioned that is the game that you would love. That's the game you're gonna want to watch this Sunday. What's the highlight game? Don't be a homer. Pick a team that's not your team. You know what I mean? Outside of the team that you like, but put a team in there that sounds interesting to you that can go either way. What's one game for you, Sarai, that can go either way?
Well, like you had mentioned before, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game, Niners and Rams. I'm excited. I'm on the chat side and saying the Niners may just upset the Rams. So I'm definitely going to be watching that game. And then the other game that I kind of want to watch as well is the Seahawks and the Bucks. I want to kind of see kind of the caliber of the Seahawks. A lot of people now are chit-chatting that the Seahawks are just that team now. Are they the sleeper team? Are they not? So that's kind of the two games that I'm going to be probably taking a look at to see kind of what we are going to see for both. Are they both going to be an upset? Are they not? Let's see.
So the game I'm excited to see. Well, I'm not excited to see it, but the game that I'm gonna watch, that I'm gonna be peeping and figuring things out, is actually the Chiefs and the Jaguars on Monday night. Reason being is the Chiefs the team that is gonna sneak back into the playoffs like they always do? Everybody's been saying it on TikTok. Everybody on all social platforms is saying, just because the Chiefs are starting off 2-2 doesn't mean that they can't win division. Doesn't mean that they can't sneak into playoffs. Doesn't mean this. Doesn't mean that. Well, here's an opportunity for them to go 3-2, and be back in the mix with the Chargers to win division. So, Jaguars have been playing okay football. I wouldn't say great football, but they've been playing okay football. I think they could put up a fight against the Chiefs right now that are trying to figure it out. And if they're going to sneak a win in, it would be right here, right now. So Jaguars, if you're going to sneak in a win against one of the top tier teams that have been relevant for the last years since Kermit the Frog has been their quarterback, that is it right there. Okay, so that's what I got to say about that. We got Ken Pat Talk that jumped in with us. Thank you so much for joining in. He said, let's go. Hey, is this the game that the Patriots beat the Bills? Let us know in the chat. Ken Pat Talk. He knows everything that has to do.
And I have you guys upsetting the Bills, giving them their first loss as we steam ahead. So we'll see,
PP
Ken.
wants
We
you to
will just have
smack that like button. No, the like button, not the red button.
I still smack the
Oh,
red
okay. Smack that. All on the
button.
smack that. Never mind. That's not appropriate. This is anyways. Chiefs versus Jaguars. Travis Hunter, double trouble. What will Travis Hunter do against the Chiefs as a wide receiver and a CB? Interesting question. We'll see who he locks down. We'll see who he right now. I think he's doing a 60-40 split or an 80-20 split. But that's going to be interesting to see. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? What other teams? Denver versus Philly. Okay. Why is that interesting for you? And Las Vegas versus Indy. Yeah, it's a chance for Indy to really put it on them. And that also tells the Raiders that you need to recircle back around and figure things out again if they can't win against Indianapolis. And to the people who said that they're not playing against talent, Raiders are not awful.
Right. They
They're
just
just
can't
not
click.
clicking.
They
Denver and
yeah.
LV with the wins. We'll see about that. Say family show here. Don't need any smack that song. No, that's an old song, so I think we have more. Uh,
Mark
yeah,
is
he's
showing
showing
his
his
age.
age. He shined last week. Travis is gonna be good. Yeah, we'll see. That's all speculation right now. As we chat about it, I'm excited about the next few weeks as we dive into now week 5. Um, this is where we start taking bye weeks. Bye weeks start this week. There's a couple few teams that are taking bye weeks this week. And so I know the Ravens, I believe, are one of them. They need it. Hell, they need it. Oh no, the Ravens don't take a week off this week. Uh,
No, they played
yeah, there's
Texans. You said Titans earlier, but it's
yeah.
Texans.
So there's few teams that are have some bye weeks. Interesting enough. Everybody's going to need these bye weeks. Now this is where we determine what team is going to show up and show out and which team is going to fumble. And then the second half of the season would be the last 4 games of the season. That will tell you whoever creates that most momentum and gets hot will go take that heat into the playoffs, and you can probably look at them as a contender. We will see. But yeah, let's jump into our power rankings. This is a chance for us to jump into our power rankings, but instead of doing that, before we jump in our power, let's do something a little different. Let's do something a little different today. Let's let you talk about Sandy a little bit. Let's get that in there.
Awesome. So yeah, so this is our pet of the week, guys. Her name is Sadie, not Sandy, but her name is Sadie. So we kind of previewed Sadie last week. So let me kind of talk about Hearts and House. We are a nonprofit organization who is basically a labor of love with different volunteers that find abandoned dogs. And what they basically do is get them vetted and they get them into their forever homes by adoption or through foster care until they are able to be adopted. So a little bit about Sadie. We did preview her last week. We took her into the vet to get vetted, and we found out that Sadie has both of her knees that are kind of broken or they're torn. And so she is needing to have what's called TPL surgery, totaling $1,600 is what the vet bill is looking like. So Hearts and House is asking for any type of donation. We just want to make sure that Sadie is able to continue life. And we wanted to basically reach out to everybody watching our broadcast at this time. If you have the heart to donate, you can always go to heartsandhouse.org and donate there. There's a place. It is tax deductible. So just a little bit about Sadie. Wanted to preview her again, and you can find her on the page. She is a Rottweiler.
Yeah, guys, and like she said, you can find that right here on hit that QR code that's right there. Tap that QR code. You can get all the information there that is needed that Sarai just mentioned. And Go ahead and also visit www.sportsloungemedia.com to go get all your sports media lounge. Listen. Sports Lounge Media is taking a new step into um, new wavelengths that you guys are going to be excited about. Here's a few things. So we have the Marshall Experience. Okay. If you guys haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe. If you have anything that has to do with fantasy football, you're going to want to join that. Here's the reason why. Because on our website, he's going to be able to give coaching. He's going to be putting together a league next year, big money league, and you'll be able to be a part of that league. He's going to be also giving advice, things like that. We talked about it. It's gonna get crazy. So you can take that knowledge into your other fantasy leagues and be able to go win some money, right? Or I'm not saying win some money. I can't guarantee anything, but you're gonna have the knowledge to be able to be a little bit more knowledgeable. Here's another thing. In the next few weeks, we also have the Down South Philly show that's teamed up with the Sports Lounge Media to create the prime time, and you can see that prime time that's been going on every prime time game the whole entire season. It's going to be live. You're going to be able to see the prime time game, and you're going to be able to see their live reaction for the game as well. We're coding that right now, so you're going to want to subscribe to that. Last but not least, you have John Hamilton, and he does SLM bets. And we don't
Right.
again 100%gambler.com. I mean 100 gambler whatever. If you have a
1-800
problem, right? If you have a
Gambler.
problem, we got it. Yeah. You could say you have a problem with gambling, go visit that right there. We don't do none of that. But if you want to have fun, right, and dip and dabble on some prop bets and things like that, we're gonna have that on the Sports Lounge Media website. Click that QR code, subscribe. As we get progressive and getting more and more and more for you guys, it's going to get intense, and you guys are going to enjoy all the content and all the stuff that we have. We also have special guests. We have something special in the next few weeks. All of us are getting together in one city. We're creating something that's going to be huge, and you guys are going to be able to be a part of that. Tap in right there, hit that QR code. You guys, it's going to get crazy in the next few weeks, which is going to transfer into next season. I'm excited for the things that are happening for the Sports Lounge Media. Follow us. And thank you to all of you that have subscribed, every single one of you guys, and is
Right.
part of the community and jump on faithfully every week. We appreciate each and one of you guys. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get good. We do have some giveaways that I promised you guys that we're going to get into later. But let's jump into our power rankings, guys. Yeah, we don't know, not financial advice, NFL junkie, he says. Oh, okay. NFL Junkie says
I mean,
Philly D is legit. I think it's gonna be an AJ type of week, 140 plus and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it seems like every time he has a fit or he says something, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. Let me since he brought that up, I'm gonna talk just a little bit about that. One thing that a lot of people have a misconception about AJ Brown is they call him a diva. Now, a diva doesn't sit on the sidelines and read a book. Okay. Um, a diva doesn't go and write cryptic things. What divas do is they take off helmets and they slam it on the ground. What divas do is they go up to the coach and yell in their face and push them. What divas do is they cry and complain all over social media, and when they have a press conference, they just out the whole entire team. That is a diva.
where they missed the
They,
whole press conference too.
that's a diva. AJ Brown has carried himself as professional as possible to tell him, I want to be a part of this offense and the reason why we're winning. I know we're winning.
He's a hungry dog. That's what AJ is. He's literally a
Yeah,
hungry dog.
I understand that we're winning and we're 4-0, and fans will say, hey, we're 4-0, relax. But he wants to be a part of that. You cannot hate him for that when you are a competitor and you want to be a part of a team like that. So, yes, every time that AJ Brown has said something, he goes off the very next game. Now, we do have Kevin Patullo, though. So, I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm hoping it's one of those games, right? Especially against the Denver Broncos, sorry. Let's carry on. We're going to get to our power rankings. Put your power rankings. Who is your top 5? And even if you have an honorable mention, put that in the chat below. We're going to dive right into it because that's the end of our show, guys. So put it in the chat right now. Who is your top 5? hold on 1 second. Let me address this real quick. What divas do is act like Shador has after still being announced as number 3. But I haven't really seen too much of what Shador has done. To be completely honest, really I'm not infatuated with anything that.
He gave props to
Yeah, I
Dylan.
mean,
I
I
mean,
haven't seen nothing, but I mean, if you have video content, let's publish that and show it. But um, yeah, when you're a competitor, they're all competitors, they're all professionals. You know,
or I could go with tea with
yeah. There you
Sarai. If
go.
you have video content, you'd like to add it
There you
to
go.
tea with
Go
Sarai.
on Fridays and see the tea with Soraya. She talk about Cardi B and her babies. All right, let's get into the top 5. Go Soraya, and you guys in the chat below, put in your top 5s. Go ahead, Soraya. Who do you got?
So let's start off. Are we going top to bottom or bottom to top?
This is a family show. But we're gonna stop. We're gonna start bottom to top.
Okay, bottom to top. All right. So my number 5, I do got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Jesus.
I just I just think they have been really performing. I think last week they showed the ability to come back even after that deficit. So I do feel like the Bucks do have a lot of power to them. Then we go number 4 with the Rams. I don't personally like the Rams, but I do still think they're a powerful team. I think that they're doing what needs to be done. So I put them at their number 4. I do have the Lions at number 3. I think that despite the beginning of the season, people saying that they didn't have a OC, that they didn't have, their 2
They
coordinators
still
are brand
don't.
new. Hey, they're still doing what needs to be done. So I definitely put them at number 3. Number 2, I have the Bills, and I will explain my differences between 1 and 2. But I have the Bills at number 2, and I have the Eagles at number 1. I think that the Eagles are winning when it matters, coming back through deficits when they need to come back. I do think that we have all the pieces. I just still think that we're still either finding our identity, or 2, they are just needing to be more cohesive. And I think that's what they're working on. I think after this week, after the A.J. Brown thing, I think they're all going to come together and they're going to say, this is what needs to be done. This is how we're going to use our weapons, and then we're going to move forward.
Okay, not a bad list. I can't get behind it. But it's not a bad list. Okay, we'll go with we'll see what some of these folks say in the chat, who they got. Elite 28 has the Eagles at number 1, got the Lions at number 2, got the Bills at number 3, the Rams at number 4, and he still believes in the Packers at number 5. Not a bad one. No, that's not too bad. Who else do we got? Honorable mention, he says, is the Colts. Yeah. NFL Junkie. Let's see. Or NFT Junkie. I'm sorry, I said NFL. NFT Junkie. He says Eagles number 1, Bills number 2, Rams number 3, Colts number 4, and Bucks number 5. Not a bad list there. But he also says, I forgot the Lions. Shake my head.
I mean, with having 2 new coordinators, I mean,
Colts out. Oh, he wants the Colts out and replace them for the Lions. Okay. Down South Philly show. Tapping in, brother. Eagles number 1, Bills number 2, Lions number 3, Rams number 4, and Colts number 5. I like that list. I actually like that list. Mine is similar to that list except 1. So I like that list. Anybody else want to jump in?
I think CEO put his in there. Scroll up down a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Where? I don't see it.
He said Eagles, they have had legitimate big time wins. Then the Lions, number 2, Packers, number 3, Bills, number 4, 5 Rams, honorable mention at 11, 49ers.
Okay, so Eagles 1, Lions 2, Packers 3, Bills 4, Rams 5, honorable mention at 11, 49ers. Okay, that was not called for.
That was a
John's gonna come for you. John's coming for you. John's coming for you. It's okay. We'll be all in one spot so we can talk about it. All right, so here is mine. Starting with number 5, I got the Rams. Guys, I got the Rams. I think I it's crazy enough to say Rams are hanging in there. There is some question marks the way that they played against the Colts, but I do have the Rams at number 5 right now as a complete team. And when I do these power rankings, it's not based on your record; it's based on body of work, who you played against, and what you look like in the near future. Of me thinking that you're going to win such and such games, and how you look on all phases of football. Remember, I look at a couple of phases. Number 1, your defense. Number 2, your offense. And number 3, special teams. Number 4, I got the Lions. The Lions got a lot of questions still to answer for me. They beat who they needed to beat, but they haven't played against anybody that I feel that is a competitor yet. But they will pretty soon here. They do have a schedule that is lined up in a gauntlet. Let's see what they do in that gauntlet. And it goes all the way through Thanksgiving. So, but for right now, I got them at number 4. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it. There's a couple teams that I just irks my nerves, and they're one of those teams. Number 3, I have the Chargers. I still believe in Herbert. I still believe that this last game wasn't a true testament of what the Chargers. I think they overlooked the Giants. They will bounce back. They will be competitive. I mean, they have a legit coach that will put them back into motion and getting these wins back up. I believe in the Chargers. I think they play great on defense, great on offense, and obviously they're okay on special teams. I got number 2, the Bills, but there's a lot of question marks on their defense. They have beaten teams they needed to beat, but I would love to see them still be competitive on defense, keep the other team from scoring so much. And Josh Allen, eventually his superhero is gonna like run out. So who else is gonna get involved besides him, James Cook, and Kincaid? And then number 1, the Eagles. Here's the reason why I have the Eagles. I have the Eagles because the Eagles have won multiple games on their special teams. They have won multiple games on their defense. They put 4 quarters together that were dominant. Like you've seen spurts of like, if we play like this for 4 quarters in one game, there's no team that could beat them. And everybody that watches football will agree. In the game before last with the Bucks, right? Before the Bucks, against the was it the Rams? We played against the Rams. We struggled in the first half. We were dominant in the second half. Played against the Bucks. We dominated the Bucks in the first half. We sucked in the second half offensively. But the defense has stepped up since the second half of that Cowboys game in week 1 has stepped up. We do have Nakobe Dean has opened the window of practice. That means that defense is going to get better because we have Jahad Campbell that could be a pass rusher, but the guy is legit when it comes into coverage. So do we see Nakobe Dean being a pass rusher now, or do we see, they're so interchangeable. It's going to get it's going to get a lot more intense when it comes. Jahad Campbell falling 31 or 32 to the Eagles was insane because he's been a hell of a player for the Eagles. Well, yeah, I'll get to him in a second. But him and Andrew Makuba have showed up as rookies. And it seemed like every year the rookies have showed up. Jalen Carter has showed up and when we drafted him. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper has showed up. And Cooper had an amazing game last game. And then you have now Makuba and Campbell has showed up. I would love to see a little bit more of Vanilla Gorilla and Tyler Robinson. But when Kobe Dean is back, that makes that defense a little stronger. In all 3 phases, blocking kicks, kicking long field goals with Chicken Little. Our guy Chicken Little has been crazy because he didn't make one. It was hard for him to kick one over 50 plus last year. Not a problem this year, kicking a 58 or a 58. So kicking field goals, blocking field goals, kick returns, blocking punts, all those things that are a complete team. Eagles is the number 1 team as completed on this list. I don't see another team as complete as us. The scary part is we're just getting started. We're 4-0, and last year to think that we were 2-2 and won a Super Bowl, we're 4-0 struggling and we're winning. That's crazy work.
And I think as soon as we start really clicking, we're going to be super scary. Once all the pieces we can complete a game, it's
Yeah.
going to be
And what's
scary.
crazy is our body of work too. So when I did this list, I also looked at the fact that we played the Cowboys, a rival, in week 1, which was crazy. We went into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. We beat the Rams, who's another playoff team that played us very, very tough last year. And then number 4, we played the Buccaneers that they say we lose to every single season. Right now, we go and we play against our next game is against the Giants, correct? No, 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 no. Oh, the Denver Broncos.
Broncos.
We're gonna play against a good defense this next season. That's 5 straight games that are very, very tough. We go into a gauntlet. Then we play Giants, Vikings, Giants, bye week, Packers, Lions. So I mean, we're winning anyways, even though we're struggling, which is crazy. That's scary. That should be scary. We shouldn't be winning these games, to be completely honest, but we are, and I'm happy about it. Tell your mama. No, I'm just kidding. My bad. My bad. I use the old saying that one of our colleagues used to say. Just playing. But what I would say, what I would say is, oh, hold on. Let me get some of these chats. Let me see how far back do I need to go. NFT Junkie says CEO is crazy. Yeah, we all say that. I mean, he's a Tennessee fan, so we all say that. That's nothing we don't say. Let me see here. Giants defense is decent and stacked. Absolutely. What else do we got here? Bills have the easiest schedule.
They do have the easiest schedule. I actually talked about this in my live the other day because who have the Bills really played besides the Ravens? If
And the
we're
Ravens are
honest,
1-3 and struggling. So who have they really played? Half of the greatness for the Birds, and the other half is not so much. N'Kobe Dean is back. Yes, N'Kobe Dean is back. I'm super excited. I'm super excited he's back. Makes our defense way better.
but what do we
Yep,
do with
cleared
Jihad is going to be the
cleared
question.
for practice. Absolutely. And another big news: we have a Dodgers down 2-1 to the Reds, and possibly of all 4 series going to Game 3. Possibly, we'll see what happens. Still got a game to go. The Eagles need to get another cornerback. Yeah, CB2. But if we get pressure up up
Up
front,
front,
it
it'll
wouldn't
make them.
put so much pressure on our secondary. Only 2X have been in 3 games and 20 wild cards in the MLB yet. Okay, not an MLB show, so I will get down to, let me see here. Denzel Ward. That would be interesting. Um, bring CJ Gunnar Johnson back home. Please bring him back. It's Jake the Make. Yeah, it's be-
I like Chicken Little better.
it's better than Moody is booty. Yeah. And
John would
he's a
agree.
dog. Absolutely. And one more honorable mention. We didn't talk too much about it this season, but the WNBA is all the way to the championship already. We didn't talk about it, but because I'm a native, Las Vegas Aces made it to the championship yesterday, and they're playing against the Mercury. Uh,
So the fever's out.
huh?
I said so.
Fever
The
is
fever is
done.
out.
They're done for the season, y'all. You'll see them next year. But the Fever is done. We have them playing against the Mercury. I believe the Mercury only beat the Aces one this season. But yeah, let me answer this real quick. Yes, we bring you all sports here at SLM. We do, and we have shows for that. If you want to, oh yeah, go ahead and check out Grand Slam Lounge for all your baseball content. You want to talk baseball, you
Every
can catch
Saturday.
it on Saturdays. But yeah, we do talk all sports here. But particularly on these weeks, all the way until the Super Bowl, we'll be talking football on Wednesdays. But you can catch all your MLB stuff on Saturdays. So go check out the Grand Slam Lounge.
Ooh.
That sounds like a Denny's, like a really good Denny's meal. You know what I mean? You guys have Denny's in over there in Texas? Yeah.
We do. We have Waffle House
It
here.
sounds like a really good, hearty.
But they do have a Grand Slam actually
They
on their
do,
menu.
huh? But the lounge, it's like you get it.
That's funny. You must be hungry, Chosen.
What is he saying now?
He said, "Can I be facetious and say stop?"
Yeah, and that's why. And to be honest, to answer that, that's why I didn't say. I didn't talk too much about it because we haven't talked nothing WNBA. It was just I said an honorable mention. I'm not having a deep conversation about it. Just mention the two teams that are going into the championship. Y'all can catch it on Friday, and you see it there. Moving on. But yeah, so carrying on. Crazy week 5. We'll see what these teams gotta do. So excited for each and every one of you guys for joining us on the Sports Lounge Media and being a part of all of the great things that are happening here. So I hope you had fun tonight. I had fun tonight. We hit our time, but catch us every Wednesday on Hump Day at 6 p.m. We will see you guys next week. You guys better be here.
I want to see who's gonna go into the next week undefeated. Still, we only have 2 teams left.
Which team is gonna lose first? You can still put it in the chat on the replay.